This video is to show you the 10 steps for going through a problem module. So there's 15 problems here, and within each one you follow the pattern of essentially doing 10 steps. I'm going to give these to you and show you how they're done, and I suggest you write them down because they just might be in the orientation quiz. So the first step is you're going to click on whatever problem you're on. We're going to go ahead and just do Utah Lake here. And there will be a problem presentation. So first step is to watch the problem presentation. They're typically about a minute long, and they present a problem situation to you where you may use calculus to solve. And after you have watched that, you simply scroll down and click Next. And this is where you do an analysis of the problem and you think about what you would need to solve the problem, sort of what you know, what kinds of things you might need to know. And the problems are vague by design. You don't have enough information, but you have to think about what information you might need. So you're going to be posting these on the discussion board. And so this one asks 3 questions. Make sure you address all 3 questions if you want all of the points for this. Again, remember, no research, just simply stop and think. And then you will be graded on if your post is thoughtful and addresses these questions. And it's not on if it's right or not, because you don't know, you don't have all of the content, but it's on if it's clear that you've given it thought and you've used some logic in your post. So you may want to type these in Word or something and then paste them in here, or you can simply click reply here, and you are given some tools for editing. You can click right here on the Pi button if you want to put in any kind of equations. This gives you the formatting, gives you various symbols. You can format fractions, things like that if you wanted to add those in. I'm just going to put Utah Lake analysis just so we can complete that. So I just simply click post, and it puts my post in here. And after you have posted, then any other students in your group that have posted, you will be able to see their posts, and you will be required for full points to respond to at least 2 other students. And it's very important that you do these by the due date, because you've got other students needing to reply. And so you will see on your schedule that it's in red because those are firm due dates. There's no late work at all on that. Typically on other assignments it's 10% per day that they're late, but on these discussion postings and responses, no late work. So after you've posted, and you can reply to others, and basically on the due date, then you need to have done your post. By the following day, you need to have done your responses. So step 1 was watch the problem scenario. Step 2 was analyze the problem and post it on the discussion. Step 3 is to respond to at least 2 others in your group by the next day. And then I'm going to simply click Next so that I can go on to step 4. And step 4 takes you to the content page, and there is a response video here that you can watch that basically tells you some of the things, more things about the problem and the types of things that you would need to know to be able to solve the problem. Then you're going to learn content that will apply to how you apply the calculus to solve it, and then you will return to solve it later. And so in this next step, which we're calling step 4, though, you actually watch content videos. And just notice here are links to the textbook if you'd like to read or refer to more of this material. You can click and this will take you to the section of those textbooks that talk about the material on this page. But for sure you need to watch these 4 content videos, and I would suggest that you take notes on them just like you had come to class and heard this content, because it'll be very useful to you. The positive thing here, you can always pause the video while you write something down. Can't rewind the lecture in class. Then step number 5 is you need to watch the homework example problems, and there are 4 short videos here that show you how to apply these concepts in the type of things you may be asked on the homework. So you can click on those, and again, you may want to work with the video and try working it yourself or take notes on how to do it. Okay, then step number 6, you need to complete practice problems. And so your 3 homework assignments, there's always 3 pieces to completing the homework. Practice, which is P, MyOpenMath, which is M, and written homework, which is W. Actually, we just redid the numbering. Instead of P1, M1, W1, and 2, and 3, and so forth, we've now changed them to correspond with the section number of the book. So this one's P2.2. M2, and it will take you to the practice homework page. There will be a link right here to the appropriate section of the book. It'll have the section material that will explain it, and then the exercises are at the end of it. And you're supposed to complete these particular problem numbers here, and you should do those in a notebook and show all of the steps so you have it for later reference, and then you can also look at your work if you check your solutions and find that you got it incorrect. So after you complete those and check your solutions, you should email your instructor with any questions that you might have. This is a chance for you to get anything cleared up before you go on and do the MyOpenMath piece and the written homework piece. And just simply go over and click on your inbox and send your instructor any questions. You can say on practice 2.2 number 38, I don't know why this is the case, or whatever. Okay, so here are the solutions right here, the link to those. Then you click to return to the content page. There'll always be a return to the content page when you're working on a P, M, or W. So then from there, you're ready to go click on the M and continue. By the way, while I'm working, I can always go back there to watch the video again or refer to something. So there's always a link to return back. I've done P2. I'm now ready to do M2. So I click on M, which is MyOpenMath. Notice there's the link to return to the content page if and when we're ready. If we're in the middle of this and we say, I want to go watch that example video again, you can return here, go back and watch it, and then come back to M2. So here are the questions that we do in MyOpenMath. You can click print version if you'd like, and it'll print you all of this out. You can work it all offline, and then you can come back and you can enter the answers, submit, and then work on any that you need to fix. So that's an option. As you work through these, you click in the box and there is that arrow if you need to get any kind of symbols. This time you just might need an infinity or a does not exist, and that's all you would need. So that's kind of what shows up there. And after you type in your answers, then you always come down here and click submit. Many of the problems have another video, so if you're struggling with this and you didn't pick up enough in the concept videos and you want a little more help, there's a video that may go over some of those concepts again to help you. On any of these, you can reattempt them. You can work on them until you get them right. So you can get 100% on these if you're persistent. And if you have questions and you're not understanding why something is, again, go to your inbox, send a message to your instructor, say I'm working on M2 number 7, ask your question, whatever your problem is. We are here to help you understand the material, so please ask. After you've completed your MyOpenMath assignment, then we go ahead and click to return to the content page. So our step number 6 was the practice problems, P2. Our step number 7 was the MyOpenMath problems, M2. And our step number 8 is W2, the written homework problems. So I click on those. Here is a PDF that I download. I work whatever its questions it has on it. I show all of the steps. Your instructor will be looking at these steps. You will receive a grade for this assignment based on that work and those steps. We don't want just an answer. We want to see your thought process. So you complete that, you scan it or save it as a PDF, you upload and submit it here, and that's completed step 8. So then I return to the content page. Now, when I'm here this time, step number 9 is if there's more content, you need to repeat these. And so I'm going to click next and show you that in this particular one, there's another content page for limit laws before you're ready to return and solve the Utah Lake problem. So you would repeat the steps of watching the content videos, working the example problems, completing P3, M3, W3, and you would continue doing that as long as there are content pages, and for Utah Lake there's a couple more. And after I've completed P5, M5, and W5, I've completed the content pages. So that was step 9, to repeat those till we get all the content pages done. Step 10 is we're ready now to solve the Utah Lake problem. After you've completed those 10 problem steps, then you're ready to start on the next problem scenario and repeat those steps.